Brody, Kayla, first questions. What made you want to do this show?
You go first, Brody.
Yeah, I would say the fear of not wanting to do it. I mean, honestly, like didn't really want to, my life's pretty good. I was like, I don't know if I want to put myself through that, but I think that you grow a lot when you tackle challenges that you don't want to do. That also, both my grandparents were in the military, so I think that the respect I have for the men and women of our armed forces, like to get, once in a lifetime opportunity to just see a taste of what these people go through. I felt like it was my duty. I felt like I had to get out there and try, and do my best.
And this isn't your first time on reality television, but it's your first time on a competition series. What are the differences?
What's interesting about this is like it wasn't really a competition. I think that with this, we were all working together. I think that like we were all trying to support each other to try to keep each other in the game. So I think that it wasn't, we weren't like competing against each other. We were trying to help and support. So I really loved that format of this show, because you got to just go and really embrace the people that were there and make, friendships that we still have, to this day. So it was just, it was great. It was a great experience.
Anything competing against yourself, I would say.
Yeah.
And Kayla, talk to me about your reasons for joining the show.
Yeah, I think for me, I was very intrigued by, like you said, the element of fear, right? And what happens when you cross that line. I feel like there's this empowering moment that you have when you really like look fear in the eye, and there's so many moments in this experience where we had to do that. Almost like life and death situations is what it felt like, honestly. So for me it was just challenging myself to see how far I could really push myself, to really test my mental fortitude and see what I'm made of.
And I know you can't reveal like what exactly happens, of course, but I imagine there were some breaking points. What was pushing you through those points?
For me, I kept thinking about my family back home and my promise to them. Going into this experience, I told them I'm going to do my absolute best. I can't make any promises. I don't know how far I will go, but I would keep them as my why throughout the whole thing, and I did that. So anytime I kind of thought about, breaking down and quitting, I just kept reminding myself that, my family is back home, my sisters will eventually see this, and really wanting to just make them proud.
And what about the friendships you guys formed on the show? That would have been something totally different. You're all in this hellhole together. How was it? And were you surprised by those friendships that you formed?
I think so. We were just saying how great this cast was. Just honestly a great community of people. I know that I wouldn't have been able to do this experience without Brody. He's a dad in real life, but I feel like, during this experience, he was like a father figure for me too. Like, not dad-like, but just like very supportive and comforting and helped me in more ways than one. So, yeah.
Cam Newton's just an incredible guy. I really think that like I went into that experience kind of seeing, different media things and painting him in a certain way, but he's such a great guy and he's so funny and he's genuine and he's sincere. He's an incredible person. So it was cool to meet him. And Golden, he's just so funny. I mean, this guy is just, we had like both those guys together. We had like a full, comedy show every day with those guys. So, and that helped a lot, having people there that are keeping the energy light and you're laughing. And I think we both got really lucky with our cast. Our cast really, we all loved each other. We all supported each other. It helped a lot.
And you love to work out, you surf. How different was training for this than it was just for your general everyday physical physique?
I didn't really train that much. I mean, we were saying like we didn't really train. I mean, like they gave you a list of like this long,
What was on the list?
Just everything. Swimming, a lot of swimming, which I feel pretty confident in the water, which I think that I got lucky there. We did a lot of water stuff, so that was good. But as far as the actual like, cardio and the running and stuff, I mean, I don't care how fit you are. Nothing is going to prepare you for what they put you through. I mean, you could be the most fit, but they know your limits. So they'll take each individual's limits and they'll push them further. So it doesn't matter if you have better cardio than the next person. They'll push you past your limits. So you got to want it. You got to give it 110%, like they say, every single day, and you got to want it. You got to want to be there.
Were you the same with preparing?
Yeah, I didn't do anything at all.
Guys!
Yeah.
Well, they made me feel like, oh, no, you're a fitness influencer. Like, you're fit. If you want, swim a couple laps in the pool, run a couple extra miles.
What?
It doesn't even if
helicopter.
Yeah, like even if I would have done those things, there's nothing that would have mentally prepared me for what we were about to go through. Yeah.
Brody, you've just welcomed a little girl. How proud do you think she's going to be seeing you in this show?
I feel like she was one of the main reasons I just kept, going and going and going as far as I could go, because just the thought of her and her watching it and being like, oh, and even one of the reasons I wanted to do it in the first place was because of her, just to have that memory of me and have that, forever. You got couple hundred cameras filming you for 2 weeks straight. I mean, you're in situations where the toughest, she's going to watch me cry. She's going to watch me be vulnerable. She's going to see a different side of me than what she sees, in her home life. So I think it was, she was one of the main reasons I did it in the first place.
Now I have to ask, speaking of, do you think she'd ever get into the show business? Or are you waiting till she's 18?
I don't know. She can do whatever she wants. I'm just here to help her facilitate her dreams, whatever she wants. I want her to be a golfer, but I don't. We'll see if that happens. Golfer, tennis player, something with a little not as dangerous, I would say, as surfing or other things like that. But she can do whatever she wants. I'm just there to support her.
And how about those wedding plans? I know you got engaged last year. Any updates?
Yeah, we were kind of waiting for Honey to get a little bigger so she can be involved in the wedding. So now she's walking and she's, we want her to be involved in the wedding. So she's getting there. So I think hopefully next year.
You joked recently about wanting to maybe move countries after the election. Since that's happened, how's your thought process on that?
You're sticking around.
I'm still here, still thriving, and I'm happy to be a part of experiences like this to honor the people that do serve this country. Obviously, we only got a sliver of what that experience is like, but so much respect and honor for those that do this, though, in real life.